Oh my gosh, girls, I'm so excited to show you our brand new bead decor printables. I can't believe the tier tray that I make out of this. Make sure you stick around to the end so you can see exactly how cute this tray turned out. But right here, I'm just showing you all of the new printables that we have in this set. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this hexagon surface or wood surface sign that I found at Micheals. It was like 99 cents. Can you believe that? So the sign that I'm going to make with this is this little be happy sign that's off to the corner. And I want the outline of that to be black. So I'm just going to go around and paint the edges, the sides of the sign. And then the next one I'm going to cut up is this really cute buffalo plaid welcome to our hive sound. And it's about 3.5 inches or so. So I just took a wood block that I got from Home Depot and I cut down the size. They also have these little wood blocks like this at Micheals too, so be sure to go check out their wood blank section. So I cut it down to size with my scissors, and then I'm going to take some Mod Podge, which is the ultimate crafting tool, and I'm going to put some Mod Podge on the printable, and then I'm going to also put a little bit on the sign. And then I'll take like a little scraper or like a credit card or something like that and scrape it down into place, and then kind of put some Mod Podge around the edges just to make sure that everything is secured in place. And if you want to, you can also put some over the top. Now I just took a little wood circle that I had and I'm going to make a little garland with it. So in this decor set there are 3 bee printables, little bitty mini bee printables. One says be happy, one says be kind, and one says be humble. So I'm going to make a garland out of the one that says be kind. So I just pretty much traced it to fit on my little circle, and then I'm going to use my Mod Podge like I did before and put it on top of the printable and then on the sign. The next thing is a little really kind of rustic sign, and I'm going to take a little wood surface that I got from Micheals and paint the edges of it. These signs are so easy to use. You pretty much just need to find a wood surface, which I can get a wood surface for you on our shop, or you can go to the store like Micheals or Hobby Lobby or Home Depot, not Home Depot, but Hobby Lobby, and find the surface. So right now I'm just going to put some Mod Podge on the back of my printable as well as on my surface, and then I'm going to scrape it down with a scraper and then put a little bit of Mod Podge on the top. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I grabbed this sign from Dollar Tree. It was like $1 and it had like a little ladybug and the word thankful. I'm just going to take those words off, and then I'm going to cut my printable down to size. It's the one that says let it be. And then I'm going to take my Mod Podge and just put it right over that surface and on my printable and attach it to the sign. Like, y'all, these are so easy to do. All you really need is a wood surface where you can get from anywhere. Like if you go to Hobby Lobby or Dollar Tree and see like a sign that you can use that. So this one is a little bit more tricky. So this little sign was a hexagon, and at first I couldn't really figure out how to get it cut down to size because the back of the sign is not the same size as the spaces on the inside. So I kind of made a little bit of boo-boo with this one, but I was able to fix it because these signs are yours. Even if you mess them up, I mean, nobody is really gonna care. All you really have to do is just make it look good for you. So I kind of cut it very awkwardly, but what I did to fix that is I went in and I took some white paint and I painted the inside of the sign because the edges of that printable are white. So I went in and I painted the sign with the white paint. And then while I'm letting that dry, I'm gonna finish up the garland. All right, so let's make our garland. All you need to make a garland is some jute ribbon, a little bit of tape. I usually put that on the end of my jute ribbon so that it'll make it easier to thread through my beads. And then you can paint your beads any color that you want to. I painted mine white, black, and yellow, kind of a goldish yellow to go with the design of my tray. And then all you have to do is thread through all the beads and then tie it off at the end. Some people like to use tassels on their garlands, but for me, I don't really mind if it doesn't have a tassel. But I do like to put like ribbon on it to make it a little bit more festive. Alright girls, this just goes to show you how easy these printables are to use. I really kind of jacked up my printable. I cut it out a little bit smaller than what it needed to be to go inside of the surface. So if you can tell there, I kind of painted the inside white because the edges of the printable are white. And then all I'm going to do now is put my Mod Podge on there and stick the sign in. And if you look real close at it, you can kind of sort of tell, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the edges of where the white is kind of showing and it looks uneven. And I'm going to add some black paint to make it look like the line is smooth and straight on the edge of the printable. If you can tell here, I'm going around there and you can't even really tell that it's messed up. And that's just, I mean, these are super easy. You really cannot mess them up. The only way you can mess them up is if you like cut it in half when it's supposed to not be cut in half. But the thing about those printables is that if you mess it up, you can always just rip it off, print you out another one, and then start over. So even though it started out a little willy-nilly, we were able to fix it, and now it looks great. All right, girls, we are down to almost our last sign, and pretty much if you've watched all the way through, then you know that the steps to using these printable signs is pretty much just getting a surface, cutting your printable down to the side of that surface, attaching it with some Mod Podge, either putting it on the printable or on the surface, and then using a scraper to scrape it all down. And then what I also do is I kind of go along the edges with a little bit of Mod Podge just to cure it a little bit further. And then I also will go along the top of it with a little bit of Mod Podge to just seal it in. Now these printables are super easy. You can print them out at your house, or sometimes I go to like UPS and I get them to print them there because they have the bomb ink at UPS. I love UPS's ink. Their paper just is so much better than the paper that I have at home. But like I said, you don't need to do that. That's just something that I do. But if you have a good printer, definitely print them out at home. Sometimes I use plain paper and sometimes I use cardstock. But these are super simple, y'all. I hope that you guys enjoy it. Let me know in the bottom if you've ever used a printable, or if you like to do the DIYs where you have to paint stuff. That's one thing that I love about these, is that you don't have to worry about paint. You don't have to worry about getting glue all over your hands. They're just super simple. All you need is a printer, a pair of scissors, and some Mod Podge, and you're good to go. So on this last one, I'm finishing it up. I'm just going along it a little bit with a little bit of black paint to make it look a little bit more rustic-y, if that's even a word. All right then, girls, we have made it to the end of our video. And didn't I tell you that you were going to love the tier trays that we came up with our bead decor printables? So which one did you like best? Hit me up down there in the comments and let me know which sign is your favorite out of all of the ones that we did today. Is it the Let It Be sign, or the garland, the Be Kind garland? Or is it the Bumblebee and Co sign, the rustic kind of situation? Or do you like the hexagon bee sign? And last but not least, the Welcome to Our Hive or the Be Happy sign. All right, thanks for stopping by. We are always trying to come up with easy DIY ideas for your tier tray and farmhouse decor. If you're new to this page, make sure you like my page or subscribe for our next video.